Mother. So today we have an unusual car. It's not a German, it's a Swedish, but it's family members, so pretty much I have no choice but to work on it. This is a 2010 Volvo S80 with a 3.2, and it has a little bit over 200,000 miles, but it's so well taken care. I mean, it drives and runs perfectly, so it's a really good car. So what happened, the belt broke somehow, I don't know why. Probably one of the pulleys froze, or I don't know, we'll find out shortly, but I know for a fact that it's a pain in the rear to work with a belt on this. I do not work on Volvo, so do not call for anything at all. So this is, like I said, it's a family member, and I'm doing her a favor, that's all. So I guess her boyfriend ran into something and put a nice dent on the bumper. I couldn't stand it, so I had to at least just pull it out and try to join it together, because it's not going to look perfect, but better than nothing, you know. We're just going to use the snap-on plastic welder and try to at least keep it joined together. We're just going to fill out these gaps here. It works like a pretty much like a TIG welding. I don't like the smell of it, but so this is not a body shop. It's not supposed to look pretty, it's just practical. It was pushed all the way in, so yeah, I don't like it. But it's much better like this. Okay, so after taking the battery tray out, found out that the idler pulley, it's seized up completely. And then the belt pretty much got shredded on it. So in order to do that, we have to remove the AC compressor because it's facing the opposite way. I don't know why it's been designed like this, but basically it's Ford. It's made by Ford. Pretty much it's a Ford engine. And that's how they designed it. I think this one goes into Range Rovers too. But right there on the PCV says Ford Motor Company. Now we have a much better view to what's going on here. I just changed this one not too long ago because the AC quit. Need to clean all these grooves. So I guess I can just loosen the AC compressor and just pretty much push it to the side. Oh boy. Oh, the tensioner is gone too. I have to pull that AC compressor out to get to the tensioner. It's not that I know what I'm doing, I'm just learning as I'm going, you know? It's not that I'll work on those every day. So this is the tensioner. Idler pulley is worse. Okay, one more tiny screw and then we should be golden. There we go. What's she driving like this? Ah. This is the brand new idler pulley, genuine part, although it's a Ford, but I mean they put Jaguar or Land Rover. And it's complete. Okay, so now we need to get this one behind the power steering pulley and just let it sit there, and then the hardest part is going to be lining up power steering again because it's spring loaded. Up to this point was the easy part. Now the hard part is going to be lining up the power steering pulley. So there is some kind of a spring loaded plate over here. And if I remember right, years ago I was having the same issue putting it back. Because like I said, it's spring loaded and goes behind the power steering pulley. I guess when the belt broke, there is a small screw in here that took the screw with it when somehow, because I mean it's not there, it's supposed to be two small screws, and I'm hoping this one will work, the one I just found here. I thought it was a little bit too long, so I shortened it just a little bit. Hopefully, with some luck, we'll be just fine. Yeah, I just don't want to leave it without the screw, you know? So I'm trying to put the power steering pump back. There is a spring plate behind it that is giving me much trouble now, but not for long. So I'm almost there, almost got it. The screw that I just cut earlier, I mean, that worked perfect. It's the same size, I guess. It looks really good in there. It's not interfering with anything, so lucky guess. And just like that, we got it. So just to have a clear idea, I'm going to show you here on the computer since the camera doesn't reach in there. So there is a spring that mounts on this hole right here, and then the hole goes through the power steering pulley. So I was having a hard time lining up this part here with the spring and this bracket. Okay, now lastly, we're going to put the tensioner inside. See, to change the belt on a BMW, it's so much easier. It's not over-engineered like Volvo's or Ford. Yank this pin out. So basically this one is holding the tensioner together. There you go. And we have tension. Perfect. Nice. So we are almost there, which I still have to change the oil. So earlier we had a little bit of trouble because there was so much water in the battery tray, and man, look at my hands. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to drill a couple holes on the lowest spot so it will drain. So basically, when we started working on it, we had such a hard time because the bolts that were so rusty, there was nothing to grip on. Because like I said, the water has nowhere to drain, and it was just pulling up right here. So I'm going to drill 3 holes so this crap doesn't happen again. So I like to use a little bit of dilated grease around. Kind of loud. Motherfucker. Okay, so I guess the spring wasn't sitting 100%. I can see it. It just came loose. So I am gonna take the power steering pump real quick out and redo this again. Sucks. So instead of putting everything back together, I already corrected the spring. I'm just gonna use my jump box just to see if that noise went away. In the meantime, we just figure out that the reservoir is leaking a little bit, so I just overnighted one for tomorrow. But we should have enough fluid for this to run. I'm crossing my fingers. So I guess I call that a success. It's time to go home now. It's late in the day, time to close. But tomorrow we'll change in the power steering reservoir. I'll put all this together and then change the oil, obviously, for the engine. And I will update you on the next video. Meantime, thank you for watching.